My name is Rachel. I'm 28. I have lipedema.
My name is Ayana. I'm 36 and I have lipedema.
My name is Kelly. I'm 57 years old and I have stage 2 lipedema.
My name is Lauren. I'm 24 years old and I have lipedema.
My name is Sophia. I'm 23 years old and I have lipedema. So before I want to start this video, I want to say that this is going to be a very personal matter and it took me quite a while to actually record this and a lot of courage to really do this. But a video like this could have saved me personally a lot of emotional turmoil when I figured out what I have. So this video is about a very underrated and underdiagnosed condition called lipedema that affects a lot of women out there. So if you've seen yourself in any of the pictures that I showed in the intro, this is something that you might want to listen to. I just want to go over the facts of what is lipedema, what are the characteristics, what can I do against it. Obviously I'm not a doctor, I'm not a specialist. Everything I'm going to talk about I'll explain to the best of my abilities and what I've been told from my doctor. So yeah, if you are affected though, please go ahead and talk to your doctor. On another note, I want to say that this is so many times confused with being an excuse for having more weight on your body. It is not. There is so many women who are affected by this, and this is basically for everybody who's figuring out what's wrong with their legs and everyone who's been made fun of for having that condition and not being taken seriously. So what is lipedema? Lipedema is one of many forms of edema, which in medical terminology is swelling. Lipedema then is the overgrowth of fat storage cells, which is exactly the reason why it is so underdiagnosed, because it's easily seen as you have to have a healthier diet, you have to exercise more, you're simply fat. No. With this condition, the lymph system is really important because there's dysfunction going on. The lymphatics are actually responsible to remove that excessive fluid out of your tissue, and at normal temperature fat has a liquid consistency. So what happens is that people with lipedema have a problem removing that excessive fluid. So there's a water retention going on that causes swelling and causes your fat cells to swell as well. And with lipedema, you have these fat storage cells grow abnormally in size and in number. It's really a condition that not only causes disproportion of your body because it only affects your legs, your trunk is not affected, and then sometimes your arms. It's not about the disproportion, it's about the fact that it can actually cause severe health issues. Your joints can give up and it can cause immobility. So if you're asking yourself, okay, I don't understand what's wrong with my legs, like why do I work out and nothing happens? Look at the symptoms. So do you have bruises and you have no idea where they're coming from and you're just got bruises all over your legs? Maybe you also have the bottleneck effect, which is when your knee kind of has a cut right where the knee is, which means that the fluid is congested and it literally leaves a cut. Also, if your legs are swelling, it also stops right where your ankle is. This is another indicator. As well as, and this is why it sucks so much, is the pain. If you have pressure pain, if it generally is very tender and just hurts, those are indicators that it is lipedema. It's triggered by hormonal changes. So it is puberty, when you start taking birth control, which is what triggered it for me, when you're pregnant, or your menopause. So it's very different of how old you can be when it's triggered, but it really gets to your head, especially if you just hate your legs, hate your body, when you're in a relationship and you don't feel confident, when you want to be on the beach and you feel like everybody's staring at your legs because it looks like a freaking moon landscape. It is just not really cool. What you can do against it is conservative methods, surgical method. Difference, only the surgical method will get rid of the fat that you cannot get rid of.
To give a little bit of insight, this is the ugly and bloody and painful truth of what it looks like right after the surgery. The wounds stay open so that the blood and liquid can run out, and you have to wear double and triple compression. I probably had to change these bandages every 20 minutes, and this is one of the little wounds that are all over the legs. So these are my legs in February 2020 after my hopefully last surgery. My calf was still filled with fluid and everything was swollen, but this is basically what the legs look like right after the surgery without the bandages on. I still have the marks from the operation, and I was literally exhausted by just lifting my legs. After the surgery, you have to do compression therapy and make sure that you go have lymph drainage, and also obviously always have double and triple compression every day, every night. It is quite a process, but it is so worth it. So even though it's a lot of blood and bruises, I am so glad that I did the surgery and that I was diagnosed early.
And this is where I also really want to point out that this liposuction is not a cosmetic one. It's not what you like to do if you have that condition. It's not an excuse. This is what I was struggling with and why I actually didn't want to publicly speak about it, because this is what the backlash is, what I already expect, that people are like, oh, you were just too lazy to work out. No, everyone who knows me knows that I'm pretty active when it comes to that. And I take care of my body. And if I had to choose, I would not do it, because now I'm left with 30 plus scars on my leg because I had to do this. So summing up, I basically really just wanted to help one person out there. If it's one girl who had always blamed herself, why my legs? You hate your legs. You got pain, you got swelling, you got bruises, you don't know where they're coming from. This might be the reason. See someone, look it up. There's always going to be people who are going to be talking shit. I don't give two craps. Basically, if I helped one person, one young woman, girl, to figure out what that is, then that's all that I could ask for. That's basically it.